It is open line. That means it's your night to ask the mayor your questions. We also have Lucy Kemp here with the Metro Planning Director getting some good questions tonight as well. Let's go to Tony on the line. Hi, Tony.
Hey, good morning. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Go ahead with your question.
I'm trying to ask the mayor on this police oversight committee. It's very important because I got robbed at the police department. The district attorney office said they can't even talk to me the case because the police officers refuse to investigate and bring the case to them, so therefore they can't prosecute. That seems like an injustice. Equal justice in the law is not being claimed to me. And I also want to ask the mayor, when is he going to start paving Jefferson Street and quit being preferential treatment to these other neighborhoods, because that street is bad. I can't even get to the church on Sunday because the street is so bad. And when you go over the bridge, you need police officers to direct that traffic, especially during football games. The mayor should have got on top of that because that's ridiculous.
All right, let's start with your second question first. Jefferson Street. Any plans for Jefferson Street?
I'm not aware of any specific plans for Jefferson Street. We are trying to get caught up on paving and spending a little bit more money on it every year. I live over there, so I'm not exactly sure where he's talking about. He may be talking about between Rosa Parks and 12th, because there is some work that needs to be done there. I know that. But you know, it's a fundamental part of what we're supposed to be doing, and the flood, believe it or not, got us a little bit behind on paving because we had quite a few streets that suffered greatly in 2010, and so we had to go spend money catching up on those where we would have been sort of moving out and getting other streets. So we're still doing a little bit to get caught up from a flood 8 years ago. But we're close to getting caught up, although I would probably say 3rd Avenue downtown could use it just about as bad, and 4th Avenue. So we've got some paving to do, that's for sure.
When people have a specific complaint about that where they live, is it still best to go to the council person first?
No, I would go to Hub Nashville. You can just Google that, and it'll take you to a place where you can input your complaint or your concern, your request, and it'll get routed to the right department, either Public Works or Codes or all the other departments that are involved there right now. So, or you can go to your council member, and I think that's Freddie O'Connell, who's the council member for parts of Jefferson Street at least.
When it comes to police, if people have a complaint with a police officer, with the department in general, how should that be addressed? Where do you start? Right
now there is an Office of Professional Accountability, OPA, in the police department, and you can file complaints there. The Citizens Oversight Board is meant to replace and supersede that, and so I think that's what the gentleman is talking about, is having a better way to file and pursue those claims. But for right now, going through the Office of Professional Accountability at the police department would be the way to do it.
All right, let's jump to Tammy on the line. Tammy, thank you for being with us tonight. Go ahead.
My question is, who do we talk to about getting the minimum wage hiked up?
That's a likely different issue. I mean,
well, again, I don't mean to complain, but our state legislature has said we can't raise the minimum wage here in Nashville. So there are two options for that. One, you could call your state representative or senator or the governor, and they have the capacity to raise it. Or you could call the president, your congressman or senator, and they have the capacity to do it too. Locally, we just don't have that capacity.
Okay, that was an easy one to answer, but probably not the answer you were hoping to hear. Let's jump to Mel. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Yes, my question is, I hear a lot about how many people are moving into Nashville on a daily basis. 75 to 100 is the number I hear, but I never hear how many people are leaving Nashville. That's my question. My comment is that I am a home improvement contractor, have been for over 30 years plus in the Nashville area, and I can absolutely tell you that there has been a tremendous slowdown in home improvement this year.
What do you attribute that to?
I attribute that to people are moving in, buying new homes, and the existing residents don't have the affordable money to spend on home improvements.
Okay, very interesting. How many people leave Nashville on a daily basis? Do you have that stat?
I don't. I mean, I think the number that keeps getting kicked around is somewhere between 85 and 100 people, net new people to the region. And that's not just Nashville, that's the region overall. And so what that means is people coming in, births in that region and people dying. So I mean, it's all three of those things end up being around 100 people every day in the region. That may have dropped off a little bit recently, but that was a number that was tossed out there at one point in time. Nashville itself is growing, so we're not losing people in county overall. We're having some people move out, but more people are moving in than moving out right now.
I do want to talk about some of the big events coming our way. You mentioned the commercial break. Right. Pretty excited about the NFL draft coming to Nashville in the spring and the possibility of World Cup.
Right. So 2026, the U.S. or North America, I think, actually won the World Cup bid. So there'll be 12 cities across North America that host World Cup games. Nashville, I think, is one of the final 20 to be considered. And so if you've been watching the World Cup on TV here in the last few weeks, you see the level of international acclaim that it will bring to Nashville if it comes here. So I think that we ought to be quite excited about that possibility. Additionally, a few weeks ago, we were named for the NFL draft in 2019.
It's a big get.
And the estimates of people coming to town are pretty tremendous. 150,000 people to come for that. So it will have a great economic impact on our community. And they say the TV ratings are out the roof, better than the NHL or NBA playoffs.
Because it really has become an experience, a couple of day experience for families and fans.
And I met with a group of the NFL advanced team on the 4th of July. They were here to see how we do it, and they were quite impressed and ready to come back in April.
That's very exciting. You have a couple of things coming up. On Wednesday, you get to kind of go to a show and tell with teens who have been working all summer to learn new things. That's exciting. Right.
So Opportunity Now is a program that we run every summer where we get thousands of young people an opportunity to have their first job. It's a paid job, and so it's a great experience for people to learn new skills. And there's a lot of evidence out there that getting your first job is actually pretty important when it comes to your second and your third job moving on. Opportunity Now is also great because we're trying to teach some financial literacy skills to these young people so that they're responsible financially going forward. It's a great program, and truly I think part of the equation when it comes to trying to bridge the gap and bring everybody along as the economic activity continues to be so great here. And so it's some days are more difficult in the mayor's office than others, but every day I get to spend with the young people out there working is pretty amazing, just to see their sense of optimism and all the potential that all these thousands of kids have.
And what a great program for our youth in Nashville, because people are always saying we need more for the kids, we need more for the kids.
Right.
This is one of those things.
And I think we know that the busier they are, the less likely they are to make mistakes. Lots of young people will make a mistake, and it'll cost them a lot in the long run. So having people engaged and working in the summer is a great thing.
We're going to take one more call here. We have Howard on the line. Howard, we're running up against the clock, so go ahead and ask your question. We may answer it after the break.
Okay. I'm a homeless advocate, and I heard him speak on gentrification. But we have homeless people that are here out on the street. And I was just wondering, would Mayor Browley be willing to reach out to our new governor to see if we could maybe put a toll on Browley Parkway and then bring in money, and then we could buy land or build and have the federal government match it with MDHA?
That's quite an idea. Now, listen, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break so we can answer that when we come back. So don't go anywhere. We will answer it as soon as we get back. I'll make sure we leave enough time.